Most people think focus is a gift, a rare talent, a genetic superpower some people are born with, while you were left with a brain that feels like a browser with 50 tabs open. You think the reason you can't focus is a lack of willpower. You think you're lazy. You think you just need to try harder. Wrong. In reality, your brain is working exactly how it was designed to work. You aren't broken. You're just operating on a prehistoric OS in a hyper-digital world. The difference between the elite who can lock in for 6 hours and the person who checks their phone every 90 seconds isn't discipline, it's architecture. I spent months digging into the neurobiology of attention, investigating the routines of deep-sea divers, elite snipers, and world-class programmers. It comes down to 4 invisible forces. Chapter 1. The switching cost. Your attention is not a light switch, it's a heavy chemical process. Most people treat their focus like a strobe light. You work for 10 minutes, you check a text for 10 seconds, you think those 10 seconds didn't cost you anything. You're wrong. Cognitive scientists call this attention residue. When you switch from task A to task B, your brain doesn't move all at once. Part of your mind is still stuck on that text message. Part of your consciousness is still processing the email you just glanced at. It takes an average of 23 minutes to fully regain deep focus after a single interruption. Think about that. You check your phone 4 times an hour. You have effectively spent your entire day in a state of cognitive transition. You are never actually focused. You are just constantly recovering from distractions. You aren't working, you're just idling. The elite don't have more willpower than you, they just have fewer switches. They protect the transition. They understand that a 5-second glance at a notification is a 30-minute tax on their productivity. They don't pay the tax. Chapter 2. The Salience Network. Inside your brain is a gatekeeper, the Salience Network. Its job is to decide what matters and what doesn't. Thousands of years ago, this kept you alive. A rustle in the grass? Salient. Potential predator, pay attention. A bright red berry, salient. Potential food, pay attention. The problem? Today, everything is designed to be salient. The red notification bubble, the vibrating haptic motor in your pocket, the infinite scroll. These aren't accidents. They are biological hacks designed to trip your salience network every 3 seconds. You're living in a world of digital predators. Your brain is constantly screaming that everything is important. And when everything is important, nothing is. You feel overwhelmed because your internal gatekeeper has been hijacked. You're trying to build a cathedral while someone is constantly blowing the whistle in your ear. High performers don't fight the whistle. They leave the stadium. They don't rely on focus. They rely on environment. If you can see your phone, you are losing, even if it's off, even if it's face down. Research shows that the mere presence of a smartphone reduces available cognitive capacity. Your brain is using energy just to ignore it. You are wasting fuel on a fight you shouldn't be having. Chapter 3. The Dopamine Loop. Focus is expensive. It costs glucose. It costs oxygen. It costs time. Your brain is a survival machine. It wants to conserve energy. It wants the path of least resistance. Enter dopamine. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure. It's not. Dopamine is about anticipation. It's the do it again chemical. Every time you find a new piece of information, a news headline, a social media comment, a funny video, your brain gets a hit. It's cheap, it's fast, it's easy. Deep work is the opposite. It's slow, it's hard, it's frustrating. In the short term, your brain hates deep work. It wants the quick hit. You've conditioned your brain to expect a reward every few seconds. You have trained yourself to have the attention span of a fruit fly. You think you're bored, but you're actually experiencing withdrawal. Your brain is literally starving for the next hit of digital junk food. To fix this, you have to embrace the vacuum. You have to resensitize your system. The most productive people in the world are comfortable being bored. They don't reach for their phone the second they stand in line for coffee. They don't listen to a podcast every time they walk the dog. They allow their brain to reset. If you don't give your brain the space to be empty, it will never have the capacity to be full. Chapter 4. The ultradian rhythm. You think you can grind for 8 hours straight. You think the coffee will save you. You think if you just sit in the chair long enough, the work will happen. But your brain doesn't work in marathons, it works in pulses. These are called ultradian rhythms. About every 90 minutes, your brain moves from a high-frequency state to a low-frequency state. Your heart rate slows, your focus drifts, your errors increase. This is the wall. Most people try to climb the wall. They push through, they drink more caffeine, they stare at the screen until their eyes bleed. This is a mistake. When you ignore the signal to rest, your brain goes into a stress response. It releases cortisol. It creates a state of tired but wired. You're working, but you're producing garbage. You're spinning your wheels in the mud and wondering why you aren't moving. The masters of focus don't work longer, they work deeper. They follow the 90-minute pulse. They go all in, then they go all out. No half work, no gray zone. When they work, they are invisible to the world. When they rest, they are truly resting. No screens, no input, no noise. They understand that focus is a battery. It needs to be charged. If you never plug in, you'll eventually run out of power. You think taking a break is a waste of time, but the break is where the focus is built. You don't need a new app. You don't need a better planner. You don't need more hacks. You need to stop fighting your biology and start using it. The hidden reason you can't focus isn't a lack of discipline. It's that you are living in a world designed to keep you distracted, and you're playing by their rules. Stop switching. Quiet the salience network. Break the dopamine loop. Respect the rhythm. Mastery isn't about doing more. It's about being able to do one thing for as long as it takes without flinching. The world is getting noisier. Focus is becoming the new IQ. If you can't control your attention, someone else will control you. Choose. Focus or be forgotten.